cars are revving up, fans are cheering, lights are coming on. We're at 2 lights, 3, 4, and the 5th light is on. And it is off, and we're racing, and it's a good start by SBH, and Bean is coming alongside to cover off Craig, and that's going to allow Dodgy to go up the inside of Craig. So Dodgy already up the inside, 3 wide, getting into turn 1 there with the Ferrari McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. Jay Geddes having to run wide, and that's him back on the track there. Scott makes up a few places off the start there as well, as I'll get the position changes up 2 by 2. Most of the way down into turn 3 there, as we see the Red Bull of Gareth up the inside of Jonesy. Doesn't really make the move work, but Jones going to have a move on Craig, and they're going to go side to side at turn 4. Gareth's just going to set up for being in behind, and he's going to go up the inside of Craig. Craig is dropping like a stone right now, Merckx. I don't know if he's got any damage, but he's just gone really slow off the start, and even Scott might have a wee luck at him here. Getting into turn 5 and 6. Craig really not looking on it.
I think he's just lost out on the start, despite maybe he just got unlucky with where he's positioned his car. I think I saw him go down the inside into turn 3, so maybe he got caught up on the exit of that corner. But yeah, I think he's obviously was out of position at some place, and because of how close the field is, everybody gobbled him up. McLaren, I'm not sure what the timing screens are broken, but
I don't understand why they're so broken. It does make the race starts really hard. Like, oh, and they've got a Williams. They've got a Williams in Lofty taken to the grass to try and get by Jay Geddes, going down into turn 2 and into turn 3, running the outside. Jay Geddes up the inside, keeps the racing line, gives him a bit of a wee nudge on the outside there, pushes Lofty wide. Sprightly's going to try and have a look up the inside. Sprightly's going to have the slipstream with Jay Geddes in front, and he'll make the move, stick into 4. He will have the line. Lofty's just going to have to back out of that, and that's got Sprightly up into P11. So Sprightly up a place, Lofty is up a place as well. Looking at the position changes, Sprightly's running wide through turn 5, and that's going to allow Lofty a chance up into the inside of turn 6. Sprightly to try and run the outside. Is he going to keep the place? He is, and that's going to allow Paul to try and creep in and get in on this fight as well. So Paul looking a bit patient. He is just being patient with Lofty. He runs really wide through turn 9. And through turn 10 as well, looks a bit wide, but Lofty, who was looking really punchy on that lap, ends up having to be on the defensive, and Sprightly already up into the 11.
Oh wow!
Looking at the big,
Jules going off the track around the outside down towards turn 3 we're going, and he has made the move, but he was off the track. But yeah, making moves on the medium tyres, and the front 3 are still quite close to each other, been pushing SBH around, but SBH survives the first attack from Bean as DRS is enabled, or was enabled at the start of this lap.
And if there's one person that the race can have a worse start for is Maxwell, doing 6 places, and he's already 18 seconds behind the pack. And Hypers is down in 19th as well, so big losers and winners off that start. If you're looking at the timing screenshots now, you'll see the position changes. You'll see Craig's already dropped 4 places. He just, I don't know what happened next. He looked like he got a solid start. Like, his start was decent, and then he just started dropping backwards into the braking zones. Like, it was almost as if he was being bullied into some of these braking zones, and he was just being nabbed left and right for places.
Oh, someone's off.
He is.
Dead ball.
Oh, let me scroll all the way down.
I just saw it. I just was flicking through, and I was seeing what was happening with Hypers. He's just driving around. I know he's on the hard, so he's going to be slow, but he's not pushing at all. So he is really playing the long game.
Definitely. I'm very back to the tyres. I'm on board with Jonesy, who's right on the back of Jester. Like, you can see on the timing screens there is a total 3 form in SPH, Green and Dodgy. My qualifying group, it's 1, 2 and 3 right now. Sorry, what's happening? Where is it?
Jules. Oh my word, Jules. He's almost lost it, somehow saved it. The Flying Lemons had to go off the track and just let him go again. But yeah, Jules. Oh my god.
Oh, and he's got a wiggle, and Lemon's on the grass, and we've got Jules right on the right hand side there. Your screen's into the left there. Running the outside of turn 3, is he going to make it stick on a Lemon? No, he is not. Lemon does slide, and he Jules is slid. Oh, and nearly loses it. Jules.
He has probably just had the worst lap of his racing career just then. The only way that it got worse would be DNF'd. He was going side by side with Lofty through the penultimate corner, and it kind of didn't really go well, and he kind of stuck his nose in where it didn't really need to be, and yeah, had to correct the car about 3 or 4 times, and then obviously that happened as well, so yeah, it hasn't really gone that well.
And again, it's no a topic of the race, but I've just seen in the chat as well, Ned Claus gave us the announcement that his baby's been born and it's a girl, so everybody's giving a congratulations.
Congratulations.
We'll pass that forward to you as well, Ned Claw. We're all with you, and we're all happy for you. And that's really good news. I really like that. It's I'm lost for words, right? Just
someone has just said, "Can you name her after winning this race?" Well, yeah, I don't know. Say SPH wins this race. I don't think you want to name her that. Well, yeah, but yeah, yeah.
There's so many
congratulations, Nedco.
Steve-O
wins the race. Steve-O wins the race. Oh, as I said, that Jay Geddes is off.
Who's that?
Jay Geddes. Exit turn 8. I just saw Sprightly go ahead of him, but then I realised it wasn't a move, it was Jay Geddes losing the car completely. But yeah, dodgy on the back of Bean. Could be a move, as Bean's dropped out of the DRS range. Bean's gone deep into turn 3. I think this should be a simple move.
Yeah, it looks pretty simple. I think Bean's just gonna let him go away, I think. So Bean's just sitting. Bean's on like 25% ERS as well compared to Dodge's 81. SPH is doing really well in saving as well, especially for the front race, 60%. So the top 2 really saving ERS at this point. Bean kind of having to burn a good deal just to kind of touch with the top guys. So SPH and Dodgy really look to be where it is, and Dodgy, what'll be on his mind now will just be a matter of keeping in the slit, keep in 1 second to get the slits with the DRS, and try and close up the SPH. And it looks like he is doing that already. Yellow flags.
Jules.
See what everything I saw Jules this race weekend, his car looks very flimsy. It looks like one of the bendy rulers. I kind of sounds really weird, right? But like it just looks like it's so unstable. Like, and you can just see him. I think he's got no front wing, or he's damaged front wing. So Maxwell just driving by as well. Steve-O's in the pits.
Steve-O's been in the pits for a long time. I know it's a 22nd, but it felt like he was in the pits for ages. But yeah, I don't think he's lost that much, in all fairness, but he's gone on to stuff drivers, so we'll see.
And looking as well, we'll get SPH going to be put under pressure for Dodgy, and we'll get Bean getting put under pressure for Jester, and Craig's coming in as well. Craig had to get by Jonesy just a lap or 2 ago. We didn't get to see that move on camera, but we saw my phone. Fifth as well.
Crafty's going to go for a move. He's going to go for a move. That is very deep.
Oh, that's late.
Oh, that is late.
The Maple. Oh, there's
wow.
Craig.
That was very close. I have no idea how he squeezed through that gap, but that is great reactions from the AlphaTauri driver as he's caught up, and I think there's something going on back here. Sprightly
has
lost it.
It's the other AlphaTauri.
So when one AlphaTauri makes well, pretty good double fast. The other AlphaTauri is spun and is off and is in the wall and is understeering off the track and has wing damage to the front right end plate and will be coming into the pits and hoping for a safety car.
Aye, definitely when he's just understeering off at turn 5 as well, so he's all coming run as well. Looking up in the field.
It's the top two really.
Oh, it's dodgy.
Yeah, well, there should be. Well, they're about to lap Jules actually, but Jules will be able to unlap himself once these guys pit, and they will be pitting within the next couple of laps, you'd imagine, going on to the hard to the end of the Grand Prix. Steve-O sets the fastest lap as Sprightly enters the pit lane, but yeah, they should within the next couple of laps. They won't come in just yet, I'd imagine, unless they want a big undercut. But yeah, soon enough you'll see them coming into pits with the hard tyres, I would say. I may be wrong, but that's what I would do.
Definitely. That's the other thing as well, like some of the drivers that had to pit earlier, I've just noticed that onto the hard tyres dribbled to the end. I bet if it says them though.
Yeah, he's obviously going to pit. He's doing. Imagine maybe they'll have to pit again. Crafty is on the back of Bean again. Hopefully they don't come to wars as badly as they did last time. But the stewards might have to have a little look at that one if they see fit. Crafty was very late on the brakes. Well, he kind of broke, let off, and steamed in at too quickly miles per hour. Anyway, for that corner.
That's an accurate measurement. like there is flexibility in the rule where you overtake somebody and you can like pinch them, and that allows them to, like, if they have to go off the track, like there is like some instances like that you can get away with.
Get a flag.
Like if you're proper boarding somebody off the track.
Ferrari, I think, is off the track. Scott spun and they're double stacking at Ferrari. So I don't know what happened with Scott, but Dodgy is right.
Sorry,
Bean.
Jester. Sorry.
So I just said Dodgy is on the back as well at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing.
Sorry, I was watching the move between. I was on board with Jester and I was watching him close in on Bean and he went up the inside and I don't know why my mind just went Bean.
Bean.
Like,
yeah, like
Jester that's getting overtaken. When Steve only a 5-second penalty for a severe collision.
Yeah, I've seen them two slow down, so I'm not really sure what happened. It might have been when Lemon came out of the pit lane. It must have been. Something must have happened when Lemon came out of the pit lane. So that's unfortunate for Steve-O. These guys carry on. Surely someone should go for the undercut. Clearly not.
Look, who's right on the back of Dodgy. Craig has managed to get his way into this battle as well and is looking to be the quickest of the three. And he's nearly hit the back of... He's nearly hit the back of Dodgy. Doesn't look like he's done any damage whatsoever.
Scott Laney is the only man to pit that lap. He's quite far back as it is, but yeah. We'll see. Hopefully it comes out ahead of Hypers and Steve-O as they look like they're battling. Yeah, these front runners, front three, quite close together. Who's going to blink first? Or are they going to blink together?
That is the question, and I don't know, like, if you're crazy, like, do they, don't they?
Dodgy's in.
Oh, and Dodgy's the first to blink. That question was quickly answered. And, I mean, see, looking at the delta times in the last two laps, maybe 2.5 like Craig's looked extremely quick, so of him coming in for an undercut would probably not be worth it in his mind. But
Oh,
is he going to
he
go for
stopped
a
in the
move?
pit lane. No, he hasn't. The glitch
Oh, he's gone
was...
for a move. Oh, he's not.
Sorry.
Sorry, Max. I
Yeah.
didn't want to keep cutting you off. I didn't want to keep cutting you off. But Craig was just closing in, and he's doing the same again into turn 4. SPH is just leaving the door
Oh,
open,
someone's in the
and
wall.
this is a change for the race lead.
Gareth's in the
And
wall.
there's somebody. Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
Sorry, I just seen Gareth in the wall. At the same time as that happens. But yeah, Craig making the moves.
And Craig is in the lead in this race, and just, I think he's going to go again. He is. SPH will come in, Craig's going to go again, and that's the kind of thing too, like Craig's looked quick, like he's looked quick all throughout the sessions.
Oh, James is crashing in the pit lane.
Oh, he's on the grass. You're right there, Mick. He just jumped on board there and saw him taking an alternative route into the pits.
It's like go on board with Dodgy, actually. Yeah.
I'm not really sure what's really happening going back. I wonder with Scott Laney, who's just shy of a second behind their ball.
Yeah, with that massive undercut. 2.6 seconds is the gap. Now, between Dodgy and SVH, so he's blinked first. Crafty's onto the mediums, so he's opted for something different. Maybe they'll try and go on the mediums, these guys out front. Lofty up there, lofty position, you could say. There's Craig's in. Speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, that's going to bite him. That is definitely going to bite him. And if you can stretch 15 laps in the sauce, I feel like the mediums are the best choice. Today 20, and it is. And Craig is on the mediums. Gareth is leading. Dodgy gets past. Craig is just coming to the pit lane. Dodgy's through turn 1. Dodgy has made the place and go lofty in between as well. So Craig has effectively lost a second, maybe? Oh, and he's got SPH from the outside. That was a bit late. I was on board with Craig and just seen SPH flying down the outside. And he's got the exit. He's got the traction from the exit of free, and he's got the place as well, Max. So running outside of free beats Craig on traction, and Craig has lost out to Dodgy and to SPH in the matter of a lap.
Yeah, I think he's just surprised Craig completely there. Some differing strategies. Medium runners should be fast at this early stage, but they make different. This is going to be interesting with Lofty coming into the pits. Oh no! There's been a massive crash between SVH and Craig. Not Craig, sorry, and Lofty. Lofty was coming into the pits, and yeah, he elected to go in the pits, and SPH, well, like you said, you never see a crash into the pit lane before, but I've just seen one just right before my eyes just then, and that has ruined SPH's race at this current stage, and it's got a long way back now.
And did he have damage?
Lofty was coming in. Yeah, Lofty was coming in for a pit stop. He elected to go into the pit lane. He went early into the pit lane, like he would normally do. But he was, I think SPH was right behind him. He's taken the corner properly, and they kind of met in the middle, and SPH just run straight into the back of him. Picked up damage. Craig has had to take avoiding action. Got out of the way. Luckily for him, and Craig missed out on getting damage, but SPH got damage off the back of Lofty. Yeah, he's now down in 11th place.
And I'm on board with Gareth. I've just jumped off to see to go on board with Gareth as he's right behind Jonesy as well, so this is the closest track battle that I can see. So we'll just stick here on board the Red Bull flute on Jonesy. Gets an alright exit, but Gareth is just on the fresher rubber, on the softer rubber as well, and he's just going to make easy pickings him through turn 2 and into turn 3, and Jonesy just going to settle for 6, and I'm going to have to settle for 8 at the times because
Yeah.
completely refreshed and there's name there.
Same here.
So hopefully they'll come back to us soon as we ride on board with Gareth and Jonesy, sorry. Maybe we'll get Plumbing Dingo Dolphin, and Dingo Dolphin's just ran off the track, Max. He started braking, and the car just seemed to stutter and squat, and then it just shimmied to the left, and it knocked the 100 metre board and the 50 metre board into turn 4. So that's going to be detrimental to just about every driver because their reference points have just been bulldozed essentially.
Yeah.
So any reference points into turn 4 are going to be a matter of just getting knowledge at this point because you've not got the brake markers to tell you where your sensible braking point is.
I've just seen Dodgy and Greg go through there, and he quite rightly has obliterated those brake marker boards. So that'll be interesting when it comes to it. But yeah, we've got Craig on the back of Dodgy. It's whether there's one thing catching up to the driver, it's another thing passing them. How you do that? Crafty's sitting pretty in P3 at the moment. Wasn't happy with his qualifying, but I'm pretty sure he'll be happy with his position as he currently stands. I've been involved in a couple of incidents with SLR Bean, so wait to see if their rivalry continues towards the end of this race. But most things usually happen in the last few laps here. But Craig's looking to make a move early on, settles in behind at the moment, but can he get a good exit out of this corner? He's on the softer rubber, got the DRS, dodgy defence to the inside, may be for nothing, and does let him go, and Craig is back into the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix for Division 3.
And I think now that maybe that he is on the medium tyres, he is on that fresher rubber, this just might be a matter of just stretching the legs in the front of the clean air and just trying to make a run down the road. I think that's all it really is at this point. Dodgy is on the he has got like good pace on the hards, so if he can keep in the slipstream, Craig can just effectively pull him along. Why is it no? See, every time you press the next button to scroll through who you want to watch, it doesn't work for me, so I have to do
Yeah, basically just press spectator menu who you're on, and then press spectate, and then it fixes itself. So you have to, like, it's weird. You kind of have to spectate that person, and then it fixes itself. We've got quite a big battle going on back here for 0 championship points. Sky's just moved himself away from this battle, but Deadpool and Maxwell are going at it. Deadpool's on the medium tyres, so he's trying to make his way up into the points paying positions, but does miss turn 1 by quite some margin.
and they'll get Maxwell right next to him.
Bit of tyre bang in the middle of the straight, is that great? Just say he has DRS available, but he's not using it.
Maxwell's going to have the inside line, but he's Paul the nudge. He's on the nudge and the shove on the outside of 3. That's just allowed Jay Geddes to get by them both. So Jay Geddes has just made the best of a bad situation for Paul and Maxwell, and he sort of jumped up in that spot. And a clear shot of Scott there.
Going to get side by side. Ooh, that's tight through there. They just went side by side through turn 6 and managed to make it a stick. But yeah, Jay Geddes just easily got past the end. Then two Squabbling both went off the track, and he said thank you very much and took P14. Maxwell's hit the inside curb at the final corner, and Deadpool is going to get past him. So they still fight, and I think Scott Laney's round.
On.
Safety car's out. Safety car is out. Yeah, safety car's out. Scott Laney's off there. I don't really know what's happened. He's going to be careful that he doesn't get a penalty for...
Oh, he's going to have to watch because there's a lot of traffic coming up to turn 3 now. I think he's down the central thing there and he's stopped, but he's going to have to watch in case he's getting disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. And I thought that was the warning there for it, but that was just totally getting a warning for corner cut.
Yeah. This has made it interesting. It's actually helped the medium tyre runners make it to the end of the Grand Prix. Will help their tyre wear for sure. Jonesy's in. And he should only lose. We may only lose a couple of positions. We wait and see, but Scott Laney's going to have to get a new wing. SPH has got a lifeline. He pits for another set of mediums. He's obviously got that 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, we mustn't forget. This has not really helped his case for the win, punching the field back up. But he's going to have to try and get at least 5 seconds before, and try not get any more corner cutting penalties.
And here is a question as well. Looking at the tyre selections, everybody's opting, most of the drivers are opting for mediums, which is probably the right move. But as you've got hypers and you've got sprightly and you've got lemon on the softs, is the softs probably the tyre you want to be on?
Well, they make it to the end. 100%. Hypers has benefited massively from this safety car. It's come out pretty much at the perfect time. So yeah, Hypers will be one to watch as long as if he's got a lot of cars to get through. And there are no slouches as well. The likes of SVH, Jonesy, they'll be making their way through. Should be easier moves on the hard runners of Plum and Dingledorf, and Dodgy's going to struggle probably a little bit being on the hards. So yeah, he's going to have his work cut out if he's going to win this Grand Prix. But yeah, it's helped out the Red Bull drivers who are a little bit off the pace, having been involved in battles. Obviously, being with Crafty and Gareth had his spin. Well, yeah, trip through the grass anyway. But yeah, unfortunate for Scott Laney, as he was in a points paying position, but obviously had some sort of incident. I don't know if it was with another driver or what. But yeah, well, obviously that'll be one for the stewards if there was. But yeah, yeah, we'll see. Oh, sorry, I didn't really have anything to say.
Oh, sorry, no, it's fine. No, I was really, I don't even really know what's going to really bother me now, to be honest. Like, for the race that we've had, like, I mean, having all 20 drivers still in on lap 24 is it's quite something, to be honest. And I'm saying that like respect, because like it's no every race you see drivers finishing. I'm no one to be the one that throws that cuss. Like the safety car to come out. I don't even know what it's for. I'm assuming it's not Laney's. To me, I don't know.
Looks like Jules decides to take it amongst himself to just... Yeah, okay, I thought that was going to happen. He just disqualified. Okay. He was just trying to overtake everyone. But he got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring a flag after he's been disqualified. Hopefully he doesn't get in the way of anyone.
Like, where is Jules in all this?
P19.
Like,
yeah.
No, because... No, hang about it. Is he not trying to unlap himself?
Wait, he just got disqualified. How is he still driving?
He's still driving?
Yeah.
I'm still able to go... No, he's been cut back to the bottom now, but that's because Lemon's driving. But...
Well, I don't know what's going on.
I thought he'd be trying to unlap himself.
Yeah, I think this game...
That?
Yeah, this game doesn't allow it though. I'm not really sure what's going on at the moment.
That's strange, that's the rule.
Yeah, the game doesn't allow it for some reason, but yeah, safety car in this lap regardless. I don't really know what's going on with Jules.
Small issue. Right. Are you got the screen on your phone?
Yeah, at the moment.
It said it ended for me. But it says it's still up. No, I'm still up on my Xbox.
Yeah, still up. Still up.
I had to turn the Wi-Fi off. My Wi-Fi.
Safety car restart. Anyway.
The reset. So we've got the reset, we've got Craig leading us away back onto green. And he's got a really good start here, but Jesser's right on the back of Dodgy, so Jesser's got Dodgy napping essentially. Dodgy.
There's been a spinner at the back. There's been a spinner at the back. SPH is off. Yeah, SPH is off. And Jules is our first retirement.
We were sitting there talking about how great a sight it is to see everybody like just getting on to the end of the race and just explode out the window like that. But looking at it as well, like Craig just got like a really good launch, and it just looks to me as well. The top 9 have just seemed to get away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, there seemed to be some sort of issue for someone. I think it was SBH. There seemed to be some sort of issue for him, and he just didn't go, and then he ended up spinning. So I didn't really know what was going on. But yeah, Craig is pulled away and needs a 5-second gap minimum.
And then looking at it as well, we've got being put under pressure from his teammate Gareth. This is another close battle on the field, and both of those have just been running their own race next. They've just been quite quiet in 4th and 5th. And their own race, Lofty in 6th as well, still in that lofty position. Oh, just to nick your joke there. I think Hypers as well is going to look through on a charge as well, as he's side by side with Dingo Dolphin and just takes a good day's work out of that move up the inside of turn 4, and he's going to have Plum just down the road, and it's really up to Hypers at this stage to just start hitting in these laps and start pumping the times in and just cut your way through this pack at the front. You've got Plum on hard, which again should relatively be easy, 2 tyre compound of difference, big massive difference in tyre delta, plus Dingo Dolphin, Plum's on 12 lap old worn hards, so this should be a smooth one for Hypers, and then you should get Lofty, Gareth, they're all on mediums, and they're all going to be wanting to fight for their position. It's 8 laps, so it'll be interesting to see how quick they can manage up through the field. And the remaining 3 laps, as the skies look a bit hazy and a bit grey. You said it was a full dry race, so there's no bit of rain.
Well, maybe there's a random bit of rain at the end that the safety car's brought into play. Now, Flying Lemon just set the fastest lap, but he is a lapped car in the middle of this front battle. SLR Bean and Crafty look like they may or may not go to wars once again, as Sprightly and Jake Geddes are going at it in the middle sector. And Sprightly's made the move on his soft compound tyres. His Hypers looks like he is going again, and he's already in the Arizona Plum, and like you say, should be relatively easy.
It should be, it definitely should be. You can see him on the mini-map there. I'm on board with Sprightly, who is looking to try and make a move on Steve-O, and this is for 12. We'll get Hypers up the inside of Plum. Plum's getting bullied through turn 1. Plum does keep the place. Hypers has to switch places. I'm watching it on board of Jonesy. Hypers on the outside. Plum concedes the place. Does they try and outbreak the racing point into turn 3? Decides the battle is done. Sprightly up the inside of Steve-O, nearly taps the rear, and it's all kind of starting to kick off at this point. Maxwell's gone for the fastest lap as well, so everything's kind of kicking off and get up into hyper speed. Sprightly, is he going to try up the inside into 4? There's no that confidence, just letting the car roll on the inside.
Jonesy up the inside. Yeah, he's made the move. Got his elbows out and yeah, made the move stick. But yeah, he's trying to make the moves that Hypers are doing, and yeah, they're working so far. As it is very overcast at the moment.
It's looking really dark, isn't it? Like, it's like we saw it. We saw it rain last time out in France with like 3 laps left. Are we going to see the same here? Like, that is going to be the question.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dingled off. When yellow flags, that's Sprightly.
He's out.
Turn 1.
Virtual
Turn
safety
1,
car.
Sprightly.
Ooh. I was just on board with Bean, and he almost smacked right into the back of Crafty. Yeah, it looks like he's just spun out turn 1, the classic turn 1 mistake. Spun out turn 1 with Maxwell, and yeah, he looks like he's smacked into the walls, car spun round, and that is him gone, unfortunately. He was set to get some decent points at the end. Lemon still a lap down, sitting in amongst it. He should just let Crafty go, really. I know he's on soft tyres and is quick, but yeah, he's hampering his drivers quite a lot at the moment. Even if he has got the pace, be sensible about it. Yeah, he's still driving through, well, Crafty and Lemon are driving through each other. So yeah.
Like, he is still playing, isn't he? Like,
yeah, Lemon is lapped down, but he obviously he's on the soft compound tyre, so he's relatively quick and he's got a similar pace to these guys. But yeah, it's kind of hampering Crafty's charge to get second place and maybe even the win of the Grand Prix. You never know. But penalties will come into it. We obviously know Craig's got a 5-second penalty for being in the pit lane that he hasn't served. But the rest is we're unaware of, so we'll leave that to the end of the race.
try and build up that suspense as well. So like, I mean, yeah, like when you're being lapped, that your lap, you should just abide the blue flags. And I've just sat on board the Jester for like the full majority of that lap, and he doesn't look in any sense of the word. He's 33 seconds behind. He's no getting gained.
Steve-O off.
Well, like, I mean, I'm sure the rule is, if you're being blue flagged, you move it the way. Like,
I'm surprised he isn't getting penalties for this. I haven't seen any, and he's just gone off the track. He's in the gravel, so that's the end of that for now.
And then that's the thing as well. Like, I mean, if you are fast enough, if you're interfering with another driver, I'm sure they've got a bit of leniency in that. If you're able to put the laps in and try and build the gap, then they'll not really say it. But because Lemon is just right in front, Jester's having to be more wary. Even when he goes to the known, Jester's going to have to be a bit more circumspect about what he's doing and chasing dodgy in what Lemon's doing. Because Lemon's right in front of him. And it's just really...
Yeah, he's slowed it down. He's got damage, so that's the end of that. Looks like he's come together with... I think he's come together with Steve-O, actually. Steve-O is slowing down for lap cars, and I don't really know what Steve-O's doing, but yeah, I'm surprised he got that penalty. I'm not surprised he was all over the track. But yeah, when Craig comes to our side, we'll have 3 to go, and yeah, not really on the front, but Deadpool having a look. It doesn't make the move, but yeah, I don't really know if there's going to be many moves, but we'll wait and see. It's 2.3 seconds off Garrett.
Hopes, and I think this might be a sensible time to get some driver of the day votes into us. As we see Paul making him going Plum, Paul passes Plum at Plum 1, and Jay Geddes will be trying to get a piece of that plum as well. And is he going to get a piece of that plum? Plum is left defenceless off the exit of 1. Jay Geddes up the inside. Is he going to go for Paul as well? Is he going for the double? Is he going to go for it? Late move up into 2, 3? No, he is not. They let the car roll into the inside of 3 and take place. So everybody is a bit spread out. And we have a Lemon retired in the pits. Jay Geddes running the outside of Paul into 4. Not quite on. And we'll get Paul and Geddes chasing Scott at this point as well, who is running quite P9 for him to be fair, he's running the race. Has had like some battles really early on in the race, but I've not really seen him in terms of the actual wheel to wheel way anybody really.
No.
One of the kind of quiet races.
Haven't really seen him, but yeah, it's a driver of the day votes, get them in. So closing on the end of the race. Crafty has lost a bit of pace to Dodgy. The gap to Bean has been pretty similar for a little while now. Gareth closing on his teammate. Could be interesting. Bean and Crafty have obviously been in the wars a bit this race with each other. But yeah, it seems to be fizzling out. What have you seen?
I've just seen Jonesy try and go get the slipstream Lofty, and it's meant that he had to dip his left tyres into the grass on the run down to turn 4. Lofty left the inside open, he left his inside open, so Jonesy, if he got close enough, could have just put up the inside as easy as he liked, and that would have been a move done, but Jonesy had to put on the grass, and that's the accident. There was no like oversteer corrections, slides, stuff like that, but you know how easy it is just to lose if you're on the grass or in the snow, the black stuff.
Could we see a last lap move for Gareth? Could we see a last lap move for Jonesy? Or even Deadpool? It's coming down to the last lap between the Red Bull drivers. Will they swap positions on track? It looks like Scott Laney, DLF Plum going at it 3 wide down into turn 3. Scott Laney's almost missed the corner. SVH has done the switchback. It is started raining here at the Red Bull Ring as we're on the final lap for the Grand Prix, and Craig is coming into the final sector, so should be alright. To come across the line first, whether he'll win, we'll wait and see after penalties are applied.
But we will see if he does get it. He does have a penalty hanging over his head, but he is the first to see the checkered flag here as the rain just starts to fall at the wrong time for the spectators, but the right time for the drivers.
Wow, that is close.
And it is dodgy.
Gareth wins!
Gareth
Wins! Oh my word.
Gareth that takes
Look
it.
how close that is between the top 4. My word, that is one of the closest finishes after penalties that I will ever see in a racing game.
That is... And Gareth is running 15. Like...
Yeah.
How close they all were at the end.
Well, they were quite... they were fairly close, I think.
They're not that far.
They were within, I'd say, under 10 seconds. So yeah, I'd say if he was within, let's say, 9 seconds, we've got 3 9-second penalties. Obviously Craig had the 5-second and maybe a different penalty. Hypers picks up driver day from the game. At the moment, we've got Craig. No, they changed to Gareth. So Crispy says Craig. Owen's changed his to Gareth. Nicky's changed his to Gareth. Baggy says Hypers. And Gareth has, well, unexpectedly kept it. Well, he's kept it clean, not unexpectedly to himself, but unexpectedly jumped up loads of positions, 4 positions from P5, and it's a Welshman who takes the top step of the podium at the Austrian Grand Prix for Red Bull. A win for Red Bull at the Red Bull Ring.
That is definitely, it definitely race, like, results like that just show you how important it is to go through your race without picking up penalties, because it can literally propel you to
Look at the
solid
gap.
points results. The gap is very fine. It is it's
0.245 covers the top 4 drivers.
None of them are really near anybody on the track. That is mental. That's mad to think. Each, like, see Dodgy, Craig and Jess, they'll just be like, see if I get that penalty, that could have been me, that could have been me. But it was Gareth at the end of the day. And Nicky says Max driver of the day. I mean, pretty solid commentary.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Once again, Max. Driver. Yeah. No, so did I see you in the track at all? We'll get our podium drivers in, and we'll hear on what was another entertaining race. I think Division 3 is always one for hitting the mark in terms of entertainment and chaos, really.
Who's it dodging, Craig?
Like, it's see, because the races, like, that was entertaining. I wouldn't say that was chaotic per se, but like, you either get it as entertaining or chaotic and entertaining. Like, so you, like, it's always an entertaining spectacle in Division 3, and that's very much why I enjoy watching it. Like, I very much, this is probably the best in terms of watching just wheel-to-wheel combat and just having your dose of chaos as well. It's always one for throwing up random results, and just the weather to nearly had a big part to play in it. If there was only another couple of laps, it could have been different.
Yeah. It can always be heartbreaking when you know, or maybe I could have taken that corner a bit better. Especially after the safety car came in, he's like, maybe if I took that corner a bit better, or took that, didn't do such a bad lap on that lap, it could have been much different. It's all if but hindsight is a wonderful thing at the end of the day, Gareth. In the end, just about 5/10 of a second won. We'll start off with Craig, though. I believe third. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but it was that close. But yeah, we'll start off with Craig. Please make sure you have ticked your box in the party. I'm sure you have already, but just a reminder. Yeah, I mean, obviously you got that 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which didn't help you at the end there. But yeah, I think you did a solid race throughout. Besides that, talk us through that one.
Yeah, I mean, I started off awful. I was too heavy at the start. I think I lost 4 or 5 places at the start, and I managed to get myself back into the fight. I think 2 people ended up getting damage in front of me. So yeah, I got back into, I think it was second, and then into first. And obviously the pit 5-second penalty for the 2 mile an hour over, but which was a bit gutting. But yeah, fair play to everyone on the podium as well, and fair play to Gareth. I mean, no penalties as well. Just yeah, well done.
Yeah, yeah, we were wondering what happened to you off the start. It seemed like you were side by side with, so I can't remember who it was. I think it was
Dodgy off the line.
Yeah, you were side by side at the start, and then you, after turn 3, I think it was, you just lost a few positions. Managed to recover them in the end. Led for quite a while. It's just unfortunate that the 5-second penalty in the end is what really done it for you.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
A strong drive nonetheless. And I'm sure you'll be pushing for the rest of the season to try and close that gap to Dodgy in the championship.
Yeah, probably going for it.
So yeah, on to second place then is Dodgy, who managed to sneak second place in the end. You were second on track and ended up finishing second anyway, I believe. So yeah, I think obviously missing out by a 10th is probably, you probably say, oh, it could have been a win for me today, but second place is anything to be sad about. Yeah, I think obviously the safety car didn't help you with what tyres you're on, but you managed to get it home in a good finish anyway. Talk us through that one if you can.
Yeah, I mean, obviously happy with second. I seem to be doing well at sneaking places with penalties at the minute, especially after last week. So I'm happy with second. I didn't actually know Craig had a 5-second penalty. I hadn't checked on the MFD on the car, so I was just expecting second, and that was it. But I knew the Jester behind me had 3 seconds less than me, so I had to build a 3-second gap on the last lap. But yeah, the safety car. I was in two minds whether to come in for softs. There was about 13 laps left when it happened. I didn't actually think mediums would have made it to the end, which is why I was surprised to see a lot of people on them, but clearly they did. So maybe if I'd gone to softs, it might have been a different story, but I stuck with the hards and pushed it through.
Yeah, I think the safety car really helped those medium runners in the end. They've been struggling, but I think it really was because the first stint went for so long that also helped them. But yeah, the safety car did really help the medium runners extend to the end of the Grand Prix relatively comfortably. But yeah, you managed to show pretty good pace on the hards when you were really the only man on the hards. Had your teammate coming through the pack on the soft tyres, so he showed pace on them. But yeah, you did well on the hards, so well done for your second place.
Yep, cheers, and well done to Gareth. I don't know where you were on track, mate, but that's amazing.
Yes, so on to our race winner. Unexpectedly from us in the commentary box, Gareth, you are the winner today by just over 1/10 of a second. No penalties. Yeah, I think it's a pretty quiet race from you, but it showed that you're consistent. Didn't make, well, barely made any mistakes. You were in the grass at one point, I did see. Near the end of the first stint or somewhere around there, but recovered well and have taken 25 points from tonight's race. Well, can you describe your feelings after that? If he is there. No?
It's easy, yeah, shouldn't.
He's at the party. Yeah,
He
I
is.
don't know if he's just waiting, kind of. He's, I don't know if his mic's on mute or what, or if he's just. We'll wait and see. Yeah, I don't
So,
really know. Yeah, anticlimactic.
Well, we just wait a minute and see.
Yeah,
Like, we'll give him a minute, but
it was kind of an anticlimax there. We'll see if he's there or not. I don't really know. But yeah.
but I will. Well, we'll just kind of fill the silence. Like, we'll say to Dodgy Craig. Oh, and he's
No.
just listening. He's maybe just disconnected, so we'll try and get him back in. But we'll just kind of bear with us. We're trying to get a hold of Gareth.
Yeah, I'll try and get him back in. Hopefully, we can get.
Because maybe his connection's maybe just probably glitched. I mean, I don't want to really check the pity because like I've still got the stream on the phone as well. So like, I don't. It's weird, like, because when you go into your menu, the Twitch menu just kind of goes to.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh, he's back in. Hopefully, we can.
Let's see.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes,
I don't know what
right,
that was
finally. Yeah, don't know. But yeah, we finally have our race winner in the party eventually. But yeah, it was just saying that a quiet race from you, but consistency was key. Safety car safety car definitely helped. Bunching up you stayed with everyone just about, won by just over 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, that was the plan from the start. Same as usual, just keep it in the lines. It's my first win in SLR, which is nice. I mean, I took it by penalties, but it is a race, and it's about keeping your nose clean, I suppose, and keeping all your body parts intact, which was one of the problems I had when I went down into T3 when you said about me being on the grass. I'd left my brake in a little late and was about to punt my teammate, so I sort of decided to take some evading action, or I'd be in big trouble with Red Bull. So yeah, that was that. And then safety car bunched us all back up. It was just a case of making sure I stayed with the pack and hopefully see how the penalties play out. But if not, I was quite happy to settle for P4 or take P3 off my teammate if he was slow. But yeah. And on the fast time, trying not to get too close to the back of my teammate. So I was a little bit worried, and then as soon as I see my name jump up to first, I was over the moon. I didn't expect that, but you take it, definitely. But the lads, over the next couple of races, I mean, some of the times that they're putting in around these tracks, it's going to top 10 are really close.
Yeah. Well, at the end there, the top 4 covered by 0.245. So yeah, after penalties, obviously weren't that close on the track, but after penalties, yeah, it was incredibly close. But yeah, consistency, as in anything in life, is key to success, and that is how you were successful today. And congrats on the first SLR win. That seems to be catching this weekend. So yeah, congratulations, and up the Red Bull. That's what I say.
Yeah, definitely, and well done to all the lads. Good race.
Yeah, well done, Gareth.
Right. And we'll round off with that. We've got our words in there. I mean, we did have a small technical issue with Gareth, but we got to hear from him eventually who was our race winner as well. Just to kind of talk about the news as well. I was sitting scrolling through the chat there as well while Max was kind of sitting talking, and you'll probably have noticed Ned Claw wasn't in his McLaren. That was because his wife went into labour, so he had to miss tonight's race, and he had a baby girl during the race. And Southerners, I think it was Southerners that commented underneath the news that we should name it after the winner of this race. So Ned Claw's welcomed a baby girl called Gareth into this world. So I don't know how you'll feel about that.
Bless.
Share that news where you were still here before we went.
Yeah, well, congratulations to Ned and his partner on the new arrival. That's brilliant news.
It got like a really positive reception. I can't mind when I was in the race it was quite early on in the actual race. It's brilliant news to hear, and it's nice to hear that he's welcoming a beautiful bundle of joy into the world. Called Gareth. I think we'll round it off there. Just a brilliant race all round once again. In Division 3, just why I pass my congratulations to the top 3. Advise you to look forward to the elite race for the final trip round Austria tomorrow, before we move on to Great Britain in a week's time, the home of Formula 1 and the home of many drivers, so everyone will be vying to impress, so be sure to tune in and watch what should be another entertaining race.